I thought it would go smooth. It didn't go that way. It went very, very, very differently. So it was very, very tiring.
Bullshit.
But I'd much rather take that version of tiring and frustrating than to be sitting at like a day job or a 9 to 5. That's something I can't cope with. It's a big upgrade from the first garage sessions. You can see we're using like power outage lights that you like use like solar panel, and it wasn't that bright. We used like colored cellophane wrap to like make the lights a different color. We tried to use a humidifier. As a fog machine. It didn't end up working out that much, but yeah, and we used like ladders and shit to hold the lights. And here we're using actual like proper lighting. We're using proper and we used my laptop and an interface and a condenser mic from some random place. Now we were actually using a proper mixing desk, a proper like mics, proper cables, and the setup as well was a lot more upgraded. I mean, we just used the bare ass garage in the first one, but whereas now we actually put a lot of thought into, you know, building a set. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, on the day type thing. We just I was going through Pinterest the night before and I was looking at creative set designs. We had to make use a lot of what we had around us, so we had to get creative with things like lamps. We didn't end up using lamps, but the projector that we use is also like half broken, but it worked for what we were trying to do. We just bought like cheap balloons. It was a lot about just getting everything into the garage and formulating a way for everything to work cohesively. And like when we were setting up, everyone kept asking me, but how are we gonna put the power here? How are we gonna put the light here? And everyone was like, how? And I was like, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. And we just went step by step. And like, okay, where do the balloons go? Cool. Where do the Polaroids go? Where does this curtain go? How do we make the projector? You know, where's the camera gonna stand? Where's this gonna stand? So it's like kind of spontaneously throwing things. I kind of had to get creative with the lighting stands because we don't have like C stands and shit like that. So I had to take mic stands and actually like mic clips, and I had to like saw that shit in half, and I had to like screw it in some other way so it could like screw onto the mic stand and hold the light. We didn't have like a DMX controller, so we couldn't like just press a button and the lights go off or the lights go on or it changes color. We literally had to like plug that shit out and plug it back in every time, and like we had to put like boards and shit in front of the lights to change the color manually on the light itself. I wanted to start at like 10:30 in the morning. We ended up starting at like 11:30, and I still had to go and like take down all the equipment from where I'm rehearsing and start setting up, and that took hours. After like I think 2 hours, everyone went upstairs to go and eat, and I was there like, nah, I want to get this shit done, because I was still like pressed on like, nah, I want to release it at 6 p.m. on Valentine's Day, and I'm trying to get the projector to work, but the projector's being moody and shit like that. And then eventually we got everything set up and everything was fine, and we're like, okay, cool, let's start doing takes. And then only on the third take, so like third time's the charm, that last take was like, oh shit, you know what, this is the one. And by then it was probably like, I know that was after 6 p.m. I was so angry because I'm like, now when am I gonna get to release this shit? But when I look back at the footage, like gave us a lot of headaches, but it was really really worth it. I hadn't eaten since like the day before, lunchtime Saturday. I only ate like after we finished, and that's just a painted picture of how stressful the day was. Absolutely no preparation, because it was like in Valentine's week where it was like, I messaged Kaslin and I'm like, yo, do you want to do this? I was kind of thinking of how I can make it like a fundraiser, and then that's when I got Rex on. I'm like, okay, cool, you're gonna do the intro, because he's doing the MCing at COADHHN Hip Hop Night. And I think it was on Thursday that I decided, yo, let's do this. And we shot through to the music store, got all the cables and all the like equipment we needed for that specific show. That just shows how much preparation went into it. Absolutely nothing. As Rex, top with the R-E-X, says in the intro, it's to raise funds for equipment for when the pandemic is over, I suppose, and events are legal again. It's for Valentine's month and the month of love and all of those things. So it's that theme, but it's mainly so that I can get the remaining equipment I need, because 10,000 Rand or 9,000 Rand is not going to fall from the sky in my life. So I have to get creative with raising funds for these things. It was shot on an iPhone because I couldn't get a camera in time. Again, this is the lack of preparation. I remember I woke up the next morning feeling like I had a hangover because of like the sheer stress that was going through my brain throughout the whole day. Top of the R-E-X, he emceed, of course, and he was helping with like getting BTS footage. Everyone helped with getting BTS footage, but he did kind of like throughout the rehearsal portion of it, he kind of was giving like tips and pointers on how we can make the performance our best. Formerly Lova Ivy Kai, she was behind the camera at its_ZR_. He was doing the lighting, obviously the plugging in and plugging out of the lights, very important. COADHHN and I were performing. Relieved when it premiered and we were all in that live chat, like just saying dumb shit, watching the performance, and like even afterwards everyone saying all the things that they said and seeing that the donations actually did come through. It was a lot of work, it was a lot of delays, so many delays, because Monday happened and I was supposed to edit and release, then the power went out for 6 hours, so that had me mad as hell. And then Tuesday came and I was editing the entire day. By the time 6 p.m. came, I was nowhere near finished, and like I was like, okay, 7 o'clock then, and 7 o'clock came and I still wasn't done, and I was like, okay, maybe 8 o'clock, then we'll see. And 8 o'clock came and it still wasn't finished exporting, and I was like, oh my god. When I made that spur of the moment decision to just say, okay, cool, 8:30, that's it, we're doing this, we're putting it out, because I don't want to hold on to this anymore, it's giving me too many headaches. And then I put it out and it got like such great reception, and I can't even explain how I felt when that premiere was done and everyone was like, oh shit. Thank you so much to everyone that puts up with my insanely creative ideas. I know it sounds impossible sometimes when I pitch something. They could have walked out at any point on Sunday and said, you know what, we're tired, we're just gonna go and watch something or whatever, but they didn't. And when it came time to release, they were there watching and commenting and promoting. And then to the people that watched it, to the people that shared it on their end, thank you so much. And then the biggest thank you is the people who donated, and the people who are donating. And thank you to me, thank you to my brain, thank you to my creativity. In the words of Russ in his book, first what? What did he say? First what? Firstly, I'd like to thank myself, something like that. I don't know, I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. I think I'm taking a break, a rest from how mentally straining this performance was.